Matt Miller.
Militant affection.
Hey everyone, this is Matt Miller, and welcome to Militant Affection, the number one podcast that I produce every week. I'm drinking some strawberry lemonade. Arizona drinks were on sale at CVS. They paid me to say that. It's hot as shit right now. I still don't have an AC because I'm stubborn, because my freaking apartment place charges an extra $20 on top of my rent for having an AC, and I just don't want to pay it. So now I'm just sweating and using my sweat as lube to jerk my cock. That's a little much for the first 50 seconds. Excuse me. God, I'm burping like a fuckface. This really is the number one burp podcast. If you're watching this, which I know a few of you do, let me check to make sure it's recording. Just real quick, just to check. And it is. Also, if you're watching this, I am in my underwear with the shirt, so that's just how I live my life. It's fucking hot. I put on a shirt because sometimes I edit this video in public areas, and I'm tired of people being like, why are you editing yourself without a shirt? So I'm not wearing pants. Even though this goes out to everyone that wants to listen, they still all will get to listen and know that underneath my clothing I have underwear, and underneath that underwear I have a floppy, sloppy, dick-a-cloppy. Okay. I am straight. Which is really something I needed to get into. But I got a whole list of things to talk about today that I wanted to bring up. I just looked at my phone. I always got to check my Instagram, see my Instagram numbers. They're just going uppity up. At Matt Miller Real on Instagram. If you want to listen to a different podcast I do, Comforter, go on to my Patreon, Matt Miller Comedy. Also, make sure to review the podcast. Give it a rating, whatever rating you want. That way more people can listen to me bullshit about things going on. Okay, I had this biology teacher, I can't remember his name, and one day he handed us all this photo of this woman that looked really young, and like we were all supposed to like guess her age, and we were like, oh, she's like 12, she's 14, she's 11, 8, age, different numbers. And then like after we were done guessing, he was like, no, actually she's like, I don't know, 38, and she's my fiance, and we're about to get married. This was the thing he had us do. We got this picture of his fiance. We guessed her age. We all guessed underage, and it turned out she was mid to late 30s and this dude's fiance. So it's like he was what was he, sophomore year when I had him? He was showing off to all of us that he had a childlike wife. I think he was bragging to us that he had a childlike wife. I wish I remember this teacher. Fuck, isn't that fucked up? I mean, I don't know if that was his initiative, but he's like, I do this every year. I show the kids in my class pictures of my young-ass looking wife, or fiance, and then I have them guess her age. And then what was the point of this? I think it was to be like, you can't judge his age. It was biology by like how someone looks. But I think it was more he wanted to be like, yeah, I have a wife that looks underage. This is making it. Fucking pedophiles in high school. I had another teacher, I'm just going to say his name. His name was Mr. Breeze. He used to teach CAD, computer automated drafting. There was a guy before him, and then he came in and filled in. And he got stuck in one of these child scandals. He, I guess, was texting a kid naughty things, like a gal. He was like, oh, how about I computer automate your pussy into my mouth? It would be a breeze. I'm Mr. Breeze. Writing stuff like that. But his class was great because, like, he came in, like, halfway through the semester. Another teacher had left. And he knew a little bit about CAD. And we all just played games the whole class. And then he just kind of like gave us random grades. He's like, some of you gonna need to get B's, some of you gonna need to get A's, just to show I'm doing something. And then like the teacher, and then the computer techs would come in, and they'd be like, we looked at the computers, and it looks like the whole time the kids here have just been playing games. And he's like, I'm working with one kid over here and over here. I just can't monitor everyone. So then he had to come up with a plan to be like, okay, you can play a game for like 20 minutes, and then you got to go look at CAD stuff for like a minute, and then go back to the game just to prove to the people that look at the computers that I'm doing something here. So like he was a teacher the next year and years after that, because he didn't get caught fucking around with a student until after I was gone. So he remained a teacher, not teaching anything for like years and years, and all of a sudden he's fucking around with kids, and his whole gig's been blasted. His whole gig has been blasted because he's texting children. You can't be texting children. It's a hot day. You should be drinking pink lemonade with me, strawberry lemonade. Arizona. I remember when I worked at Stop and Shop, he came through my line once, and like I forgot to put in like the store card, and he didn't have a card, and his food ended up costing more than he probably could have saved, like $8 or something, and I didn't give him that $8, and I felt bad about it for the longest time. But now that I know he's a pedophile, I'm keeping $8 out of pedophile's hands. All I'm saying is I'm doing something. The rest of you are just eating scrum cakes, making them with your scrum, cooking them in the oven, and eating them and having them pop out of your nose. I know what you're thinking, Matt. You don't have a guest again? No, I don't have a guest. All right? It's 3:54 a.m. on a Monday, and I got school tomorrow. And I spent all day today just fucking around, smoking drugs, wasting time. I knew I had to edit a video, record this podcast, put out a little teaser for the last week's podcast. And is this even interesting to listen to me write down my day? But because I would all do these things, I didn't start doing them until like 11 p.m. and I just fucked around today. Like, I'm going to throw off a timeline here just in case anyone gets this far in. Maybe my house is too hot for ladies to sleep in and they leave. You know what I mean? Because it's fucking hot as shit here. Maybe they leave, Maybe they leave to go to the green grocer and get like a nice apple, a nice juicy cold apple. Just go down to the green grocer. I was listening to this old guy talk, and it was on something, and he was talking about having to go to the green grocer, and it was making me laugh so much. He kept saying green grocer like it was legitimate. Granted, around the world, I guess people say green grocer, but the idea of a green grocer makes me fucking laugh. Oh, fuck, I ran out of pears. I gotta go hit up the green grocer. Like there's a conflict between the regular grocers and the green grocer. The grocers want the green grocer out of business because the grocers are like, we can also have produce, because green grocer would just stock like vegetables and fruits, right? But a regular grocer has all the food, and the green grocer is in competition, direct competition with the green grocer. How did I get into this? I just really thought green grocer was funny, and the other day when I was lying with someone, lying down, being all sweet, I made up this whole story about green grocer, and now that it's 3:56 in the morning, I'm trying to get back to this green grocer attitude I had before. Just Google green grocer if you don't know. Green grocers. Oh man. Oh, I gotta go hit up the green grocer now. It's I need some more apples. Oh, I gotta go down to the green grocer and get some oranges. Everyone, go out and thank a green grocer, because they have such a funny name. Green grocer to me is, this is good airtime. This should be more like a low self-esteem podcast. A lot of podcasts I do, like I make fun of it immediately after, but I gotta stop. These are the best words anyone's ever heard. I gotta stop acting like everything I do is bullshit when there are people that like it. But like I'm just so down on myself that unless a billion people like it, I'm like, it's shit. But like, I want to entertain people. I want to talk about a greengrocer. You know what I mean? I want to have greengrocer based jokes. I just basically want to be all about a greengrocer. Now, what if a greengrocer went missing? They'd have just this empty like store full of vegetables and fruits, and someone would knock on it. They'd be like, "Is the greengrocer in? I could use some watermelons." And then the constable's like, "Greengrocer is actually not here." And he's like, "Oh no, we gotta start a search party." So then they have like maybe cloth from the greengrocer that like he used to shine like fucking like Dicons with. And then there's like a police dogs that they smell it and they're like, "We know where the greengrocer is." And then the dogs are running, you know what I mean? And then maybe the greengrocer just got like stuck in his garden. He just got tangled amongst some ivies or like some blueberry bushes. I don't know what I said, ivy. I didn't mean like hospital ivy. I meant like ivy, like the plant. Like, anyhow, blueberry bushes, and the dog's just in there like, "I found the greengrocer," and he's like, "I just got stuck amongst these blueberries." God, the fucking greengrocer. Known as, if I had a child that grew up to be a greengrocer, and one appears. But no, if I had a child that grew up to be a greengrocer, I'd be a proud dad. I'd be like, I gave birth to a greengrocer, and that's my kid. I try to say greengrocer as much as I can during this episode because most of my notes are just saying, say greengrocer, talk about greengrocer. Is there what's the latest greengrocer news? Let me Google that. Latest greengrocer news. Latest all right, is this funny, traumatic? I mean, being a greengrocer is traumatic because I think the greengrocer is on the decline. Top 10 best greengrocers in New York, all right? Top 10 best greengrocers. To the World Farm, number 1 in Williamsburg. Of course, the number 1 greens grocer in New York is in Williamsburg. To the World Farm. What do they have to say? I'm on Yelp. I'm on Yelp. Yelp right now. Yeah. Yelp. I don't know why I stopped to do that. All right. That was weird thing. My mind was trying to think of a thing. All right. Let's read Diana R's. I walk a few blocks just to have fresh juices and smoothies from here. They are super affordable and dedicated to making people greener, but making healthy food accessible to all. They get my pussy soaking wet. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good review. I mean, the ending's a little weird. Okay, what is this one? This one is, Nina K. This place never ceased to amaze me. Okay. Greatly priced items, honest, hardworking owners, great tasting juices. You must try the various types of kimchi made by the owner. The beautiful lady often at the counter. Oh, she's beautiful. One of the best tasting kimchis I had. I no longer go to the market on 32nd Street. I tend to, after her shift is over, I scissor the lady behind the counter, and that's another way she creates kimchi. Okay. That one's a little weird. Let's see what Jenny K has to say. They make the best juices in bowls. Great prices. Easily the best greengrocer in Williamsburg. Staff is helpful, friendly, truly a gem. Also, the owner comes in my hair. That's just how it ends. Huh. Yelp reviews have been getting a lot more dirty. Okay. Love this place. This is from Yelpers D, Brooklyn. Let's see. I don't know if it's a male or a woman. Love this place. The produce is amazing and so much cheaper than the bigger grocery stores. New favorite place. I love to get ass fucked by the greengrocer. Okay, well, I don't know whether this is a man or a woman writing that. That could be either one, frankly. I'm guessing that's a man. There's only a real man would want to get fucked by a greengrocer. Greengrocer bits. Greengrocer bits I was reading on like a comedy journal, and it was saying Greengrocer bits, #1 bits, get it out to the public. Tell them about greengrocers. Tell them about greengrocers. When I was looking for an apartment, I gotta make sure I haven't talked about this before. I know I'm the best podcaster, but I'm also the worst podcaster because I don't plan for these and I just kind of fuck with it. When did I start? April? January, February, March. Oh shit, I didn't even tell this story. When I went to buy this house, this grand apartment I live in, I went to this broker. And it was a total bait and switch scenario. Like, he put up this place that looked good. I went there, and then he kept, like, recommending other places I should see, making me want to expand how much I was willing to do, I came back again. I still didn't see the place. We talked more. We signed. I came back again to see shit. We still didn't see the place, and then like I was like texting him, and I was like, "Are we gonna see this place? I'm only gonna show up if we see this place." And he kept trying to push other places on me and making excuses about how this one place isn't ready yet every time. And I'm like, "You're just fucking bait and switching me, this fucking asshole." So then I went on to Google and I gave him a bad review on the Google reviews. I know, real petty fucking alpha move by me, but I gave him a bad review on it, saying that it was garbage and like it was bait and switch tactics, and then like I used like a fake name. This guy, well, this is all alleged. This actually never happened. I used an anonymous name because I was afraid for the retaliation that he would have, and nothing I say is real. This is all alleged. So I wrote Jim. And then I wrote exactly how he treated me in the bait and switch shit. And then like he had my phone number and he called me and he was just like, "Hey Jim." And I was like, "Who the fuck is this? I think you have the wrong number," because I didn't put the two and two together that he realizes I left the bad review, and then he called me and just said, "Hey Jim." And then like he texted me and he's like, "I'd appreciate if you took down that bad review." And I'm like, you can't fucking be doing this. Your business was awful. So yeah, I didn't do business with that guy. I know exactly where his place is. And like, I want to retaliate for him wasting my time, but it's just like, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? His business hopefully just fails. Fuck it. Fuck his business. I don't wish him to have his business work. He was a fucking liar. Bad. You fuck with me, you get fucked, okay? You fuck with me, you get fucked. And someone's gonna get fucked. The name of this guy's group, I guess I can't say. Let's maybe you can put two and two together. If you like, what's in Egypt, plus a group, plus around where I live, plus actually I didn't say anything. I don't know. Don't do anything. It's just a fucking stupid shit. I wrote down neutering dogs as a topic I'd like to talk about, but I think I've actually already talked about that. How I'd feel weird neutering a pooch's testicles because I feel like a big part of life is like fucking and bringing life, and you're essentially destroying a dog's capability to doing that, and I feel like that's mean. Okay? A greengrocer wouldn't do that. Neutering a dog is fucking mean. Just straight up neuting a pooch. That'd be my problem with having a dog, would be spading it or neutering it. Because it just feels like you're treating your buddy like shit. You're playing God. You're like, we want our animals and people to live in a box. We want people just to be happy. But people aren't just happy. We got these voids inside of us. We want to go fucking crazy. You know, he plays a kid in front of the TV. He's intrigued, but as the kid gets older and smarter and starts thinking, he needs other shit. He can't just be bogged down by just fucking whatever. People got these voids that need to be filled. They need to be fucking. They need to be kinky. And they need to be all fucked up. And we get a nice dog. We try to get rid of that void in the animal. You know, we try to get rid of the void in the animal. And it's fucked up. Because the animals just want to be fucking. The pooches just want to be pooching. Hopefully that ballage I just did didn't end up on the video. I wrote down being my fattest, but like, what the fuck do I have about being fat? You know, I've talked a lot about my weight issues. Now I'm pro fat shaming, you know. Got to fat shame, can't just accept all these fatties. I got a buddy that's real into fatties, and you know, good for him. He'll like put like in the group chat pictures of really big women that he's into, and they're like huge. And I'm always like, is this real? And I guess it is. And like, he's having trouble getting laid, and I'm like, you're a handsome dude, you could totally get these chicks. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe that's not a good thing to say. Maybe that's not nice. Maybe I shouldn't say that at all. Maybe it's just mean. God, it's hot as shit. I'm holding a microphone and a little like cap to the microphone. Intermittent fasting, you ever do it? I've done it. Green Grocer told me to do it. I said, Green Grocer, I'm going to be fasting forever. There was that Comedy Central joke. Okay, this is a new segment. Non-transition news. Oh, wait, and this is going to be going a week? Okay, so like a week ago, there was this joke about xxxtentacion that this comedian put out about like how like he got killed and he had like whatever, 50 grand on him, or I forget the number. And then how like this was a good ad for Venmo because then you wouldn't have to carry around your money. Or a good ad for checks, but that was the joke. And then people were mad because they made fun of someone dead. And that's dumb. People, if you're making jokes, you should be allowed to do whatever you want to fucking do. It's always been my opinion. If it's not funny, then it doesn't work, but that doesn't require retaliation. I think everything bad that happens deserves to be immediately made fun of. I think that's the fun of life, is that's the reason humans are so resilient is because we're able to just make fun of something immediately after. Specifically, people that like that are comedians, that are actual comedians, and that's a coping mechanism. And we're trying, like, being mean in comedy is also being respectful. If you're being mean to something, you're respecting it. If you're making jokes about something, you're being respectful towards it. And if you are making jokes, you're acting like it's different and not amongst everyone. And that's just garbage, you know? The Green Grocer would not back that at all. At all. So we gotta let jokes fly. I wrote an xxxtentacion joke. I was like, the dude was killed, and I was like, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the video that leaked of him had like the dude that cell phone filmed it, had his Twitter handle on it. So like even like when it comes to death, like we're still just narcissists trying to advertise ourselves. You know what I mean? Human life doesn't matter. And I was thinking, like, if I ever stumbled upon, like, a dead Justin Bieber, like, I sell shirts with my face on it, maybe I just slip one of my shirts on him. Get a little free press, you know? Like, we're sitting in a bar, like, oh, Justin Bieber was killed? Isn't it crazy? He was wearing one of my shirts. I don't know. Like, yeah, like, people overcome death and tragedy. I guess heartache. Heartache is probably sometimes worse than death. And I guess if the heartache is because of a death. But I mean, like, I guess that's a whole chemical thing. Like, if you're fucking someone, you get really attached to them after a while. You know what I'm saying? And then if they die, you're like, oh shit, this fucking fuckface is dead. I mean, even after you break up with someone, you know, you still get hurt. Even if you're the one breaking up with someone, you're still hurt inside because you had that chemical connection. But I think, as I was saying last time, the more people you fuck, it definitely lowers this thing inside of you that probably isn't good, but you know, we live in a hookup generation. But I have read that younger kids aren't fucking as much, which I think is strange because we have the most fucking ability going, you know, with all the dating apps and shit. I mean, pretty much everyone I've met for the last while that I slept with has been through dating apps. Like, I've gone completely lazy with, like, meeting girls in social groups, going out to bars. Like, let me even think. I mean, I've met girls through comedy and then on Tinder. But shit, I'm going back now. I know last podcast I did tell a fucking story, but it was from a little bit ago. but I act like it wasn't because I'm a comedian. Because when you say something happened the other day, it could mean the other day, or it could mean like 10 years ago. You'll never really know. You know what I'm saying? But people, my whole point is jokes should be about anything. There should be nothing taboo. Every joke is an attempt to be funny. And that is what I have to say about that. All right, let me just get a couple of fun family stories out of the way. This podcast is essentially about tragedy, but this is a common story. All right, this is Family Time with Matt Miller of Militant. There's a common story that happens whenever my family's hanging out where we talk about the time my older brother, when he was a boy, handed my eldest sister like a crap, like a shit in his hand. He gave it to her, and then she took it and was like, "What is this?" It turns out it was a piece of shit. And this is a story we laugh about since the beginning of time. It's brought up every event, and we laugh about it. Or we'll laugh about how my brother can eat so much. And we always have this, and like, we always have the same fucking stories. My sister traveling, and then it's like the same things. Sometimes when I hang out with friends, it's just the same stories. Same thing, and we laugh about it. It's like we're stuck in this one moment where we had the most fun together. That's the silliest, and we can never improve on to new things and new stories and new life. You know, your family and friends end up just becoming just a cyclical thing where you meet up and you do this, you meet up and you do that, you meet up, you talk about this, you meet up, you talk about that, you whatever, you judge people, and it all stays the same, and no one's enlightened. Everyone's fucking static with wherever they're at, and then they die, and then they felt like they didn't do anything. You know? And that's just how it works. That's just how it all works. You know, I like to do these things so late because I'm lucid and I'm sweating into my eyes, and my eyes are fucking burning from the fucking sweat. It's such a summer fucking hot. Next weekend, I'm going back to my home state and then to a different state that's not my home state to hang out with some old college pals. And I'm pretty excited about that because I like to see my old friends. Because sometimes in this New York, I get a little lonely because I only know some people, and then I have no real close, intimate action with anyone. But I am close with some gals. Some gal, maybe one gal, with some gallywags. Or maybe I'm making everything up. Maybe nothing is real. Maybe life is an illusion. Maybe when I add an S to the end of the word, I actually mean no S. Maybe everything I said isn't real. You know, I'm always worried about people I know listening to this. But I just want to get past the point they shouldn't take anything I say seriously. Even though most of what I say in this is true, maybe sometimes it's not true. Can you trust a narrator like me? An inconsistent narrator that's consistently making up things. Let me restart the camera just to get some of this and stand up and talk like this extra loud so you can hear me. It actually was still recording, but I'm still recording now so I can capture it so I don't fuck up the video again. Anyhow, I'm a crazy narrator. That's like, what's that movie? Usual Suspects? And they're like, oh, it was the retarded guy the whole time. But that's just because the narrator sucked, right? Same thing with fucking stupid-ass fucking Fight Club. Oh, it was a lousy narrator that was messing that up. So it's just like, I go off into these little tangents and just because I do, and they don't make any fucking sense. And I want to talk about real shit. So let me search the news. This is a new segment. I'm going to make the song. Searching the news. Here's the news. Here's the biggest news you missed this weekend. All right, let's see what this has to say. USA Today. It's got my two favorite things, USA and Today. Dramatic audio released of an Iran seizing British ship. Well, that's fucked. Okay. Trump might try to stop sender back chance. Okay, people care about that. Mocking hurricane victims. Puerto Rican governor says he won't resign. Oh, the Puerto Rican governor mocked hurricane victims. All right, this sounds like fun. A leaked text message? Okay, this is some juicy bits. I didn't know the news was so juicy. I don't even watch the news. And now it's like a pile of juice shoved into my face by some juice jonger. And it's like, hello, Juice Jonger. Were you recently at the Green Grocer? To come here to Puerto Rico and show support for fellow Americans. Excuse me. I'm a very paranoid person. If you can tell by when I backtrack on certain things I say and try to go back, I was smoking weed today. Weed makes me super paranoid and think like, none of my friends are really my friends. Nobody likes me. Everyone just puts up with me. My job hates me. Everyone hates me. Weed makes me like fucking go deep inside and like fucking low self-esteem and hurt myself. And I like it though because you also feel high during it. So despite all the shit, like I want to conquer those demons, you know? I want to conquer these fucking demons. Wait, what does this Tulsa Gabbard have to say? Let me just, maybe I shouldn't listen to this on the cast. This is an advertisement. Since the U.S. lawman was called for her to resign, everyone's fucking retarded, blah, blah, blah. You guys can't even see what I'm reading, and alright, this whole news segment is all gone to shit. It's all gone to shit because I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm a fucking moron. I don't know who the fuck is doing it. Sunday could be the hottest day of the heat wave. That's today, and it is the hottest. I'm fucking hot as shit. Why didn't I read this already? I'm sweating like a motherfucker right now. But basically, if you listen to the last like 10 minutes of this, it's basically my own paranoia about people listening to this and like repercussions of that, and I try to keep everything so hidden so people won't hear about me and my stupid shit. But don't listen to anything anyone tells you. Don't listen to what right-wing news stations say. Don't listen to what left-wing news stations say. Don't listen to what the guy at the gas station says. Do listen to the Green Grocer, because Green Grocers know what they're talking about. But I don't have a title. Maybe the title will just be Green Grocer, but my titles have been pretty wacky lately, so I might need to add like Green Grocer gets fucked hard. Or like, let me just even do one right now, like Green Grocer jerking it. Green Grocer jerking it. That's what I'm going to write down in the notes, and that's the best I'm going to do. I can force a title like a motherfucker. But yeah, don't listen to anyone. Have your own thoughts. Don't fuck kids. Fuck consenting adults. Live your best life. Pursue your dreams. Suck a dick. I don't care if you're straight or gay or a moose or a green grocer. Just suck someone's dick. It'll be fun. Just go down on someone. And yeah. And hopefully you just enjoy rambling. Maybe the rambling helps you sleep. You know, maybe it's not really that entertaining, but it helps you get a little nappy snooze in. And whew. Yeah. Fucking, this was a real paranoid ending. I started worrying about anything. I smoked a ton today. I really got my own thoughts. I'm like sober now. It's 4:20. That's hilarious. It's 4:20. I'm paranoid as shit. Don't be paranoid. Hopefully someone loves you. If somebody doesn't love you, jump off a bridge. Just kidding. Don't do that. Someone may love you one day. You may not like them, but whatever. I've been Matt Miller. This is Militant Affection. Follow me at Matt Miller Real on Instagram. Instagram is my main hub. Or Twitter. Or Matt Miller Comedy on YouTube. I think it's Matt Miller Real on Facebook. I don't even know what the fuck I say. Just find my shit. Watch my sketches. You know, support the people that have been on the podcast before. Next week, we're going to have guests. We're going to have such good guests, you know. I'm getting these guests. And yeah, make love to your mothers. Thanks again. I've been Matt Miller. This was Militant Affection. Goodbye.
Militant Affection.